Okay guys, so do an update here on what's going on. We've got a hole through the wall for the rail over there. This one here is going to need some extra top support to keep it down because there's just not enough material there once we go ahead and cut that hole big enough. That one over there we might be okay with. Either way, what I think I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up just putting like a simple 2x4 on top of the rail in a vertical position. And that 2x4 will actually go up to hold up the bed rail frame. So the rail that the bed will be mounted to, the slats that the bed will be mounted to, will be, so that 2x4, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some riv nuts, I'm gonna drill some holes for a couple riv nuts in the wall there. So like 1, 2, put some nice bolts through the 2x4, bolt it into the wall. So now you've got the whole entire wall with that 2x4 pushing down on there. And then if you have anything in the bed as weight, that's icing on the cake, that's helping it so there's not so much strain on the wall. But another thing that the 2x4 is for is I realized that as I shut this, I got to make sure it doesn't blast the rail through the other side of the van. Okay, like if you slam it shut, I don't want it to blast through the van. So what I realized is the simplest solution is just to put like a simple 2x4 down here on the ground, long ways, but in the vertical position. As far as the horizontal position, it'll be up on edge, so kind of vertical. And that will be what stops the drawer from going any further and thus trying to jolt the rails on through. You see what I'm saying? So the 2x4 will be like the whole width of the drawer, and we'll, you know, it might not be an exact 2x4, but we'll see what it takes to do that. But that's what I'm going to do, is just fasten that down there to the ground and maybe just put like one riv nut through it. That way at least it's fastened to the wall. You don't have to worry about it falling over when you get in and out of the car or whatever. So, or when you pull the drawer in and out. So anyway, so now we're going to do this one here. We're going to cut this hole here. I just wanted to get that one over there through just to see exactly what it took, because over here I don't have as much material to play with and I want to get this right. So as I push this in, give me a second here. I'm going to go ahead and just sit this down where you can watch it maybe. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just mess with this real quick. So that inner slat lines up nice. I'm trying to adjust the thing that this thing is sitting on. I got it sitting on a piece of metal rail to hold it up so that I can take it in and out easy. Okay, so the good news is that rail doesn't move side to side whenever it mounts to the wall. That's what I was worried about, is that, and by the way, I realized that the rail that's on the, towards the driver's front seat of the van, the whole rail is bowed, has a bow to it. So it wasn't me that was, anyway, neither here nor there. All right, so we got that. All right, so that should be good. So I just got to cut this hole out over here. So what I do to do this is I do 2 vertical lines that are the proper width away from each other. And then I use a really big drill bit on the top to create the rounded top edge. And then I use just a hammer and a die, I forget what it's called, a chisel, hammer and a chisel to go ahead and knock the bottom down and bend the bottom down out of the way. All right, that's all I got. See ya.